Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP, St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and also DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Wednesday, the 11th of March. My name is Andre Paul, the host of the show, none other than the very, very beautiful Lady J. Lady J, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. How are you doing?
I'm well.
You well?
Yes, yes.
That's good.
And how are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm always happy to be here. Puts a smile on my face.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, I'm happy. I look forward. I mean, it's kind of, my mom keeps me up, so that's kind of I have a little challenge there.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about coming here, it really energizes me. As well as, my early morning walks. I look forward to that.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes.
So and I know how you love to get your early morning walks and how you love your early morning walks. Mm-hmm. And if you're saying you're putting that on the same level with coming to REV-UP, wow, that's a real compliment.
Well, I wasn't thinking of that, but if you say that, yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know which one is higher than the other, Andre, but I look forward to both.
Yeah. But again, it's what makes you happy.
Exactly.
Right? I know for sure, whether it's REV-UP, whether it was Radio 100, whether it was RCI back in the day, or wherever. I even had a short stint at DBS one time.
Oh,
right?
Really?
Yeah, just a short stint. I did the news there for a little while.
Okay.
I love what I do, and I look forward to it. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter where it is. Mm-hmm. Once I'm doing this sort of thing, to me it's not work, it's just having fun.
That's right.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. There's no stress for me. And sometimes my family worry about me and they say, but Andre, you're taking on too much and this and I say to them, I'm having fun. Mm-hmm. If it was stressful, for example, they also say to me, oh, why are you playing on weekends and stressing yourself? I said, no, it's fun. Mm-hmm. I'm actually enjoying it. You understand?
Oh, good. Because what they mean is you're not making time for yourself.
But that's it.
So
that's the time for myself.
No, but what they meant is sleep-wise, Andre.
That one.
Sleep and so on.
That one, I will agree for true.
Right.
I don't get as much as I should. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I listen to my body's clock.
Okay.
When the body says to me, it's time to go to sleep, that's when I go to sleep. Because I've tried going to sleep before that already, and I'm just there on the bed, lying there, thinking about all kinds of pappy show. Sometimes I have to actually get up the bed and go back outside,
That's right.
I can't fall asleep.
Yeah.
So my body's clock says to me, okay, it's time. So then I say, all right, fine. I go in, but in 30 seconds, I'm out already.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh. Andre, it's funny because I guess everybody have their own way of minutes before falling asleep. And we're not talking about lovemaking and sex. We're speaking about the individual.
I never thought of that.
I know you. That's on your mind. That's why I had to say that in case you pull that in. Listeners, am I right or am I right? Anyways, Andre, it's funny because I must watch some kind of comedy to relax me before I fall asleep. Mm-hmm. And there was a time I watched a lot of the Golden Girls, and it's not playing anymore on telly.
Yes, I know this.
But guess what? Where I can get it? On Facebook.
Oh, really? Actually have them on Facebook?
Yeah, it's there. They have their own... I don't know who put it up there, but it's there.
Oh,
so you can go back. It's on Instagram as well. So you can go back. So some of them just have a little story of maybe Blanche or one, But it's still good. It's still something. It's still a little 15 minutes for me. Something to make me laugh. What I don't like to watch, Andre, is any scary movie. Andre, I'm up for hours before I can really relax. So I don't like watching. I love watching. And another thing, what's it? It's always on a Sunday we watch it, and it's got a lot of women's things. That program, that channel. Sorry, it's for the women.
That one. Yeah, I still don't watch it.
That too keeps your brain going and wondering. It's like you're waiting for a part 2, and you're all over the place. So I don't watch it anymore. I don't watch it anymore at night. I only watch it Lifetime.
Oh, yes.
Lifetime, that channel, Lifetime. I only watch it in the day, but it was something I did every Sunday. You know, watch it for the entire day, maybe 8 episodes. Watch.
Yes.
You know,
Almost these things are almost like soap operas, and they get you hooked.
Yeah,
they get you hooked, and you want to watch more, and more and more.
But you need to. To me, sleep is relax the brain, get everything, and sometimes I don't know for you, but you may forget something happened during the day, and you may forget the minute you go on the bed, Andre. It's like everything that happened for the day came to the forefront. You know. And you are thinking about it, and that's what's keeping you from falling asleep, you know?
Yes.
So I just like to watch a comedy, clear my mind, and then I can enjoy, whether it's 5 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep, I can enjoy that, Andre.
Yeah, to each his own, as they say.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's get into some home chores. The menu for today at the Tomaso Bread Place is lamb bouillon and saltfish bouillon.
Nice.
So lamb bouillon and saltfish bouillon is available today at the Tomaso Bread Place. In addition to that, you can try the wide variety of Seymour's beverages, which include the all-new blueberry. Yes, so that's brand new. She just introduced this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, blueberry. She told me it sold very well yesterday.
Efficient.
Yes, so blueberry.
Yaslin,
Indeed.
claps to you.
Yeah. Okay, so coconut,
Not making
ginger,
joke, boy.
peanut and peanut punch, the regular stuff. And of course, regular flaxseed and chia seed sea moss with milk or without milk. All right? Yeah, because you know some folks can take the milk very, very well.
Right.
There are others who love it, like me, for example. If I'm going to have milk, it has to be whole milk.
Okay,
This
so
skim
do they
milk
do
and that
that?
kind of thing. Pardon?
Do they do that for you, for in general, or do they put different milks in there?
That's why she
Or
said you
just
can, you can
one?
have it either with milk or without milk.
No, but you said whole milk. That's a different kind of milk. Andre, there is whole. There is also the the what you call
Condensed?
it? No,
The condensed?
the brand condensed milk, and there's also oh boy, the other one that the doctor recommended for me to take while I was expecting. I just can't remember. But anyways, when it comes, or if somebody remembers,
when you get there,
we
you
have
ask
different ones.
you ask for what you want.
Okay.
You ask
So
for
I
what
guess
you
you
want.
will do some without milk, and then when you come, pour the milk in. I don't know.
Well, no, she has them available there. Those with milk and those without.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever your favorite is. Alrighty. So that's at the Tomaso Bread Place today. Now, a friend of mine, very good friend of mine in the U.S., she asked me to read this for her. She's having a Good Friday Lucian breakfast. That's right. You know, since we have a lot of listeners and viewers in the diaspora, and she told me the last time that they had this activity, it did very, very well. A lot of Lucians came by. All the food was sold, all the cocoa tea, all the this and that and the other, the bakes, etc., etc. So they're doing the same thing this year again. Okay, so Good Friday Lucian breakfast. The menu will be roast and fried bakes, mahi-mahi. Imagine that's a certain type of fish.
Yeah.
Saltfish, smoked herring, salad, tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumber salad, akra, cocoa tea, and lime squash.
Andre, that sounds right up my alley.
Delicious. All the favorites, and only for $25.
Where is that, Andre?
That's in Texas. Yes, it's
What?
Yes, starting at 8 a.m. on the 3rd of April. It's called Lucian Community of Baytown, 710 Pruitt Street, Baytown, Texas.
In
That's right.
Texas? She just made my tongue lick, and it's all the way in Texas. I thought it was here.
So
Okay.
Joella, when you come to the
That's
solution,
a long time. That's
bring some mahi-mahi
next month.
for my
Yeah.
good friend across there.
No.
My
We can get that
sentimental
right here.
friend.
We can get that right here. We can get that here.
No, but you know, to get it done this way, nah, man, that's something really, really special.
Yeah,
and
we
see
can
the
get that
cocoa
here,
tea,
actually.
and you know, she actually has the cocoa tea, the bakes and everything. Yeah.
Oh, in the photo?
Yeah, looking real
Okay,
Irish.
nice.
So, folks, in the St. Lucians in Texas, in that particular community, is happening on the 3rd of April. All right, so it's a Good
Nice.
Friday Lucian breakfast.
Nice.
Okay, so that's that. And let's not forget Silton's rub.
Yes.
Okay, Silton. Good morning to Silton. Don't forget you can check out for her rubs at 716-8018. 716-8018. So, Scote by like a formal. Yeah, you can have a special rub for that particular type of mal. Number is 716-8018.
She hasn't answered the text she sent to me, so I hope she answers. She sent me a text. I responded, but she hasn't responded. She sent it on the platform. That's the day when when you asked me if I ask her the second question. And I told you all she asked me was which one I want.
Oh,
and I responded to
okay.
that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So anything you want to mention before we move on?
Well, I just want to say good morning to the folks at First National Bank. And Ted St. John seemed to be having something exciting this year because, every year he was doing the, where we dressed in
white,
right?
Is he still doing it?
He's still, no, this one is called Stripped. Right.
What's it called?
One is Stripped. STRIPPED. And it's happening on April 29, but it's more private. It's at, which hotel is it at? Royalton, I believe. Yeah, so it's more private. Royalton Resort is going to be. So, yeah, on the 29th. So that should be nice for persons who are interested in that. But that's from First National Bank pushing that there. I guess they're sponsors.
Okay, must be. All right.
Yes.
All right.
And Andre, this month we don't forget, apart from World Consumer Rights Day, we also have colorectal cancer. We also have the kidney. I think you read that on the news.
Yeah.
And also endometriosis. That is also this month, and a whole lot of other things happening this month. So, we try to do a little health corner apart from Doctor in the House on the Tuesday with you. So today I'll probably do the kidney today. So about 2:00. I hope I can catch the listeners so that we can get a little 4-minute in all about kidneys. But mind you, my sister passed away. She was 33 years old of kidney failure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's funny because you block that, over the years. I blocked it. It was before my daughter was even born. And I was all the way in Asia, so I didn't get to attend her funeral. But while in Asia, I did pay for a mass for her.
We'll get back to the kidney issue. So hold that thought. You had the interview with the folks yesterday on World Consumer Rights Day, etc., etc.
Yeah.
What came out of that for you? What was the takeaway for you? I know you asked them quite a few questions.
Yeah.
So what was the takeaway for you? Anything in particular you want to share?
Well, I think we did discuss most of what they said. One of the things was the question you asked. And you remember when I said, when you asked the question about if, you feel sick and when you go back, they just say, I'm sorry. And I did say, do you have the bottle? They brought that up and said the business would want the bottle, would want the, whatever it was, would want you to bring the evidence, in other words. And if you were sick, or if you said you were sick, they would want you to bring a doctor's, I guess, letter, certificate, whatever, to them. So, Andre, I was just smiling when I heard that because it's more complicated than we thought.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. What?
It's more complicated than we thought. So, in other words, if you get a thank you, in my thoughts, if you get a thank you,
you should be happy with that.
You should be happy. And if they're willing to give you a discount or whatever, because all that was mentioned, if they're willing to give you a discount, if they're willing to give you another drink or 2 drinks. So it was very similar to what we discussed.
I think maybe,
but also, go ahead.
I think sometimes if maybe they don't quite know the answer, they should probably say we have to do a little research on that.
No. They went through the whole thing. I think they were very versed.
But Lady J, let's just. Although I don't want to spend too much time on that, right? Just think of that. Let's be real here. When you eating food, you eat your food. When you're having a drink, you drink your drink. You don't think of leaving. Very rarely you're going to leave something back because you're not expecting to fall ill as a result of what you're eating or what you're drinking.
That's the next part.
So I'm saying for them to say you have to bring back the drink and things like that.
Some persons would ask. Some businesses would ask.
So I'm saying that's not. Some
business would say if you fall sick, go to the doctor and let us.
I think that's again the business person now. Same thing I was talking about. Instead of taking the little blame and say, okay, I'm sorry about what happened. How can I make up for that? How can I make up? They want to put up some argument. Bring the bottle. Bring the drink.
They were going through all scenarios because that was sort of my question.
Okay.
But before we go, they celebrate. Before we move on, they're celebrating it on Friday from 10 to 4 at the Derek Walcott Square. The World Consumer Rights Day that's happening in St. Lucia on Friday. Because it's Sunday. It's falling on Sunday because it's the 15th. So, all our listeners, our St. Lucian listeners, could, be a part of that. And they'll probably have about 10 businesses there. And to talk about it, as well as Esteban, Icing will be the MC. You know, he's a soca artist. So he will be, I guess, performing during that. So it should be good. And I did promise them that after my duty here, that I'll take a drive down there, hoping I get a parking.
Okay. So yesterday on Doctor in the House, I always like to, the little gems that we happen to pick up and to share it with our listeners. For me, the little gem yesterday evening, was Dr. Suraj talking about the anesthesiologist, right? And the role of the anesthesiologist in administering the anesthesia that puts you to sleep and so on. And I said to him, Dr. Suraj, I never even knew that the anesthesiologist was actually in the operating theater at the time. In other words, I thought it was the doctor, the one who was actually doing the administering of the anesthesia to put you to sleep. And listen, it's a very, very complicated, very involved process. So the anesthesiologist is there throughout the entire process in the operating theater. I was amazed. I said, wow, I didn't even know that.
Deep surgery.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. And the anesthesiologist has to figure out now how much time they have left for you to bring you back now from that deep sleep and this sort of thing.
Counting.
Yeah, that's deep stuff. But I never knew that the anesthesiologist was actually in the operating theater at that time. He even said that sometimes if you already planned the surgery, say you're supposed to have surgery in 2 weeks, you're supposed to go and see the anesthesiologist so you can tell him or her what issues you may have, if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, this sort of thing, cancer.
Wait. What you mean by you supposed to? Aren't you going to the doctor and the doctor is supposed to pass that on, your records to that person?
No, the doctor tells you to go see the anesthesiologist. That's what he was saying.
Is that right?
Yes, so you can, so that the anesthesiologist can become familiar with your situation.
So are we talking about another payment there?
I don't know.
Every doctor you see, every person you see.
I don't know. But he did say
there's a cost.
But he did say, and I thought of OKEU at the time, and I'll tell you why I thought of OKEU. He said that when you see, for example, you get a bill telling you pay $3,000, for example, it includes the doctor, whoever's dead, and include the nurse or the assistant, the anesthesia, everything is combined. And I said to myself, wow, well, boy, when you think of OKEU, thank God.
Andre, even the Fenzik or the Panadol you ask for is written there.
Yeah.
I mean, they
itemize everything.
Everything. And Andre, you can even tell yourself, I could have gone to the supermarket and get my Panadol.
Or bring a bottle of whatever on my way there.
That too. Yeah.
So I was just saying, seriously, then I said to myself, boy, we really have to say thank God for the public hospital. Although, of course, the service there, you have to wait a lot longer. That's for sure. So, well, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Imagine.
I understand.
Yeah. All right. So since we're talking about health and so on, let's just talk a little about the issue of the kidney issues, because that was in the news this morning. And I was, again, shocked at the number of people, right, who are suffering with kidney problems. And they gave a figure. They said approximately 850 million people across the globe living with some form of kidney disease. That's staggering. 850 million people.
Wow,
that's a lot. That's a lot of people having kidney issues. And we know the importance of the kidney. This thing is so important to filter out all kinds of impurities and so on that come into the body. That the kidneys are so important. That is why, for example, we need to go on that if we're having kidney issues on the dialysis machine, because it cleanses the blood and things like that. Yeah, this is serious business. So I did just a little research, and I just typed up things that contribute to kidney problems. Right. There are quite a few of them, but two of them stuck out for me. Too much salt. Too much salt, and not drinking enough water.
And that's why it's important to also walk, Andre, because walking is so important. If all of us would take some time to walk, even if it's once a week, we would help our bodies.
Yes. All right.
The drinking of the water is important.
So keep that in mind, folks. We've spoken about this time and time again, the importance of drinking water. When you're thirsty, always drink water. I'm not saying don't have the juice and so on. Yes, it tastes nice and everything.
You don't have to be thirsty to drink water. Just drink water.
Well, I don't know. I don't drink water just so.
Really?
I have to feel thirsty. And then I drink the water. And I make sure it's water. I don't drink like juice or anything like that. I make sure it's water. because my body's telling. Because sometimes, Lady J, depending on what you have for the day. If you have, for example, cucumbers. Cucumbers have a lot of water. Carrots have a lot of water.
Watermelon.
Right? Watermelon has a lot of water. You don't really feel that thirst during the day. You understand? But when you do feel it, I'm just saying, do not opt for the soft drink. Drink the water instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a lot better. And the water is great, especially, you see, for the prostate. That's another thing again. A lot of us men, when you see we go to urinate and stuff, they're standing there waiting for a good 60 seconds before stuff starts coming out. And that's because of a lack of water again, right? That thing should be ready to go, an alley, you know what I mean?
Mine is like the reverse. Number 1 comes out, no problem. Number 2, it's like gotta wait.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
But you know when I eat tamarind balls, there is nothing called wait.
Really? Okay. So yes, so for the men especially, for the prostate, don't put that pressure, a lot of pressure on the on that little organ there, the prostate, right? It's putting a lot of pressure on it when they have to be waiting and kind of
so
pushing.
then you know something is wrong.
Yeah, you're pushing yourself. You know, you have to do the pushing for it to come out.
So you're not experiencing that, Andre?
At all.
Good, because if you are, it's time to go to the doctor.
Yeah. No. I'm fine. But as a matter of fact, I have to be rushing there when I'm ready. It's Anale. Hey, let me go.
Good.
Let me go. I hope it stays so for a while.
Yes,
now,
yes.
I want to talk about something important. The whole issue of the recent restrictions on St. Lucians who are seeking to go to England, and now we have to get a visa to go there. People were weighing in yesterday as to what we're supposed to be doing. There's a lot of information back and forth all over the place. I really feel that the authorities should be the one to come out and say exactly how this thing is supposed to be working moving forward. Do you agree with that?
Didn't they come out yesterday? We heard a little something while they were in the house. Didn't we hear a little something?
Right, a little something.
Yeah.
I'm saying in terms of what's the criteria, how do we do it? Is it online? You know, do we have to still travel to go to Barbados?
You mean the breakdown of that?
Yeah, do we have to go to Barbados or wherever, right? Or is it done in St. Lucia? We need to know.
Yeah,
Don't just take it for granted that we will find out. Yeah, we need to know because there's a lot of speculation out there.
Yeah.
But however, what I really wanted to talk about concerning this thing is that a lot of people now have been linking, because remember the comments, this
CIP.
new arrangement with the CIP, the Citizenship by Investment Program. Now, Dr. Hilaire came out, although the Prime Minister said so already, but Dr. Hilaire came out strongly and firmly saying that there is no evidence, right, presented to support those claims. No evidence. So whoever's pushing it, and there are people who are, right, they tell you that they have this and they have that and they have the other. Well, the government is saying, well, if you have it, come and show us. Let's show us the evidence, and so we can act on that.
Prove it. Yeah.
Right. Now,
so that if it is that, then they themselves can correct it too.
Exactly.
You know.
Now you know when the government or government representatives say those things, some people just don't believe them.
Well,
and this is a problem.
That's the people business.
That's a problem that we have in St. Lucia. You know, Lady J, I really hope that when I speak here on our show, I hope when I say something that people are not second guessing me, not doubting me, unless they have proof and say, Andre, you are wrong about that. Here's the evidence.
Exactly.
Then I don't have a problem.
Exactly.
Okay? But the thing is, I hope they don't think that I am deliberately misleading them. You understand? I want them to feel comfortable that I'm doing it from the
news point of view, and you have your news that person, whoever is doing the news, is getting the information directly from first party, not second, third, fourth party.
And I do not want to ever leave our listeners with the impression, whether it's the news that I read or hear, that I will deliberately try to mislead the public.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't like the fact, and I think the politicians, they have to get some kind of blame for that, that people are skeptical about what our politicians say to them. That is sad. That is sad, because when a politician speaks, let me rephrase that. When a prime minister speaks, when a minister for justice speaks, when a minister for whatever speaks, we are not supposed to second guess them, right? Unless, of course, we're just doing it out of just pure malice. We are supposed to know, this is a person I know who's being honest with me, and I have no reason to doubt them unless I have proof that says otherwise. You understand? So this is a problem.
But Andre, on what you said there, when someone has a critical heart, no matter what you say, you're wrong in their eyes. So sometimes, no matter what the Prime Minister and his ministers say, and we're talking about any Prime Minister or ministers, if these people or persons have a critical heart on them, there's nothing they say that they will accept. And so they will always write what they want. And I guess that's how the world is. We have to know what we believe in, and we have to find our own proof, right? So he says it, find your own proof and make sure what he says is correct. And okay, now you know you can trust him, who is, say, the minister or the prime minister or whatever. And that's how you go about your daily life and not take on the naysayers, let's put it that way. Because, Andre, in any society, you're going to get that. You're always going to get opposition. You know, and it's okay to have opposition, but make sure the opposition, like you say, can come with facts.
Exactly.
Simple.
So you don't have the facts. I'm talking about the individuals that you just mentioned. We didn't mention names. You're saying there's always somebody out there who will just doubt and
the critical heart,
and they have a critical heart and so on. So I'm just asking the question, right? So you have that critical heart. You don't want to believe anything our Prime Minister says to you. You don't want to believe what Dr. Hilaire says to you, okay? But you have no evidence to support your stance. How, I'm asking, right, Lady J, maybe it's a stupid question. How is somebody like that supposed to feel?
Oh, they don't feel anyhow, but they already have the critical heart against you, and they will come with their own story. But your story might be something you made up as well. You know, but how many people have run with your made-up story, Andre? That's the thing. That's the thing, and that's what happens. People just post whatever they want, and people believe what they post. Yeah.
Without providing any sort of evidence.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, I'm talking about this, folks, because this is important. Dr. Hilaire, the Prime Minister, they've tried their best to explain to St. Lucians the importance of the Citizenship by Investment Program in terms of national development. Meaning, it provides critical resources so that the government now can do certain things that otherwise they would probably have to take a loan or maybe introduce taxes and so on, which is what we don't want.
That was good information. When I heard that, I was like, okay, great.
Yes.
It's good to dispense that sort of information because some of us are not aware.
And I want to dispense it again. And then I want to make a couple of points, right? So let's listen to Dr. Hilaire as he talks about the things that CIP monies actually assist in paying. Okay? All right.
Mr. Speaker, let me turn directly to the Citizenship by Investment Program. Because there are those in this country who seem determined to weaken public confidence in one of the very instruments helping us to build a stronger St. Lucia. Let us be honest. CIP is not some political gimmick. It is not a vanity project. It is not and has never been an end in itself. It is a developmental tool. It is one of the means by which a small island developing state like ours can fund roads, hospitals, schools, water security, jobs, climate resilience, and a wider national development in an era when traditional sources of development finance are shrinking and global pressures are growing. No country is providing the grants we need. No country is providing the concessionary loans that we need. No country is building the infrastructure that we need in this country of ours. The roads, the bridges, the water supply, the fields, the community centers, the grants for small businesses, for youth projects, for creative industries, for housing. No one is providing that to us. That is the truth of it. And that is why the attempts to recklessly discredit CIP are so dangerous. When you attack this program irresponsibly, you are not attacking a line item on paper. You are attacking a source of opportunity for the people of St. Lucia.
Okay, so these are all of the things that CIP monies pay for, things that we benefit from, okay? Now, I carry no brief for the St. Lucia Labour Party, St. Lucia Labour Party / the government. I'm not their PRO, but I'm a St. Lucian, and I want our country to move forward, right, in a positive way. Now, when I listen to all of these things, and again, as you said a while ago, there are people there who have a critical heart. They will not even believe what the minister is saying for whatever reason, or simply because they do not support the Labour Party, they will just, dismiss it, right? So all I'm saying is that I really, really hope that the government does all in its power. In fact, Dr. Hilaire made a point. He was saying that they have repeatedly requested evidence, right, that could help authorities address any potential misuse of the program. They've repeatedly asking those in authority, maybe the US, maybe
Which means
Britain,
they're open.
right?
They're
So to
open.
asking them if there's any problem with the program that we are having,
Right.
tell us so
Right.
we can make it
Fix it.
better.
Yes,
right?
of course.
So in the apps now, he says so far they've not received any response. So that would leave us to believe that whoever they are writing to doesn't care, or maybe the program doesn't have an issue they don't have an issue with our program. One of them, either the persons that they are writing to. Now, as I say that the government said that they are writing to people, I'm sure there are those, as you said a while ago now, with a critical heart, they don't even believe that. Right?
Right.
They don't believe that the government is doing that sort of thing. So I think the government should go as far as possible to be transparent with that program. As far as possible. Because I believe a lot of us think that there is bobble in that.
Yes. In the other countries, they're saying it, Andre.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
In the other countries, without naming names, but when you read about it, they're saying it.
The St. Vincent, the former Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, he was critical of it, for sure. So when you hear a person at that level, right, saying the issues that he has with the program, you know that people now start to see that's what the St. Vincent Prime Minister is saying. It must be true. You understand? Yeah, and it puts doubt in people's minds.
But that's another country. So people mustn't think because it's happening in that country that it's happening in another country. But there could be a possibility. We're not saying no.
He doesn't have CIP in his country. He's talking about CIP in general.
Yes. But there's some countries it's probably really happening, Andre.
Well,
it is happening.
Well, the thing is that I think people believe it's happening here. So the government shouldn't play the fool.
For sure.
Don't play the fool. When somebody asks you a question, especially the opposition asks you a question concerning CIP, don't tell him the last I checked. And I've heard that already as a response. The last I checked. Right? It was so. No. You give a direct answer.
Today as I speak to you,
exactly.
It is XYZ. I totally agree.
Don't play little games like that. Some of them like to do that thing. They play little mind games, especially when it's the opposition asking questions. So please, since the program is so vital to St. Lucia's economic well-being, right? Make sure you're very transparent. People are asking questions. In fact, disseminate as much information as possible so people can feel comfortable with that, hey, this is something that's above board, and we can trust the policymakers, and that they have our best interest at heart.
And there is transparency.
Yes, exactly.
That's very important.
Because when you heard what Dr. Hilaire spoke about there, that's quite a few things. That's a lot. If I'm not mistaken, I think some of that money was used to pay off our debts at Lamina Hospital in Martinique. Yeah, we had a heavy debt there.
I remember the debt, but I don't know how it was.
Yeah, a few $1 million. A few $1 million, and it was actually cleared up. I don't know if the entire thing was cleared up, but a good portion was paid off at the time by the current administration, and that was money that came from CIP, and a whole bunch of other things that CIP money is being used for.
Okay.
You understand? So let's not play by that thing. I'm saying this to the government. Let's not play by that. I'm saying that to the opposition, and I'm saying that also to the people, the fiery supporters, the feisty supporters of the United Workers' Party, right? This is serious business.
No, let's not put a party in, just fiery people in general, Andrew, because we don't really know.
I said all of I said Labour Party. I said all of them.
As well as just people that believe independently. There are some people that don't have a particular party.
The point I'm making is that there's some people who support the opposition, and they will do and say things that are either not true because they figure it's they're loyal to their party, or as you said there, they just have a critical heart,
Andrew,
and no
I
matter
stick with
what
those
you
words,
do,
a critical heart, no matter what you do, they have something to say. Some people don't even know who you are, and they're going to try and defame your character. People do that all the time.
Ask for that
People
one.
do that all the time. They don't even know you. They know nothing about you. But they have to say something that is like you will need to prove that just now, because where did you get that information from? You know, and I guess when you're in the spotlight, Andre, these things would happen. And so if you're in the spotlight, you have to sort of let it just roll off your back. But there are certain things you just cannot let roll off your back. You have to step forward.
Like
Definitely.
the CIP. Don't play games with that. The opposition asks a question, you need to come out and explain. Don't play little games, because this is too important. And as I said to you, Lady J, governments have revenue streams. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think you should have revenue streams. I should have revenue streams as well. Can depend on just one salary. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You know, yesterday, last night.
Lucky you, Andre, bringing in some. I need to find ways of bringing in.
That's how governments operate.
Lucky.
A whole bunch of revenue streams.
Well, they have to.
It's good
For the country to grow.
I met a lady last night. I went to the supermarket last night, and I met a lady who I know. Okay, I know. I don't know. She's not my friend, but I know her. Okay,
Yeah.
I know her sister very, very well. Okay, so she was there, serving me and stuff, and I asked her what time you leaving work tonight. She told me she's leaving at 9 o'clock. So I said, what time did you come? And she said, I came around. I think she said 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. She was there from 3 o'clock, right? And she said to me, I came here directly from my other job. I said, what? How do you mean? Yeah, she told me, yes, I work a little higher up at this other place. And from there, I come directly here. So it's from job to job.
And dedication.
Well, not that too.
And also, if you need
Two
that extra money.
revenue streams.
And but also she could be lucky. Andre, some people want another job. They just can't get it. So
Yes.
that's another reason too.
Yes.
You know, some people just cannot. It's maybe the times that you're giving them, that's not the person they're looking for, you know. But you just lucky to have found a company that is willing to take your hours and willing to take you in.
Well, some companies don't really care. Once you're doing your work, that's all. Huh? In other words, you can have other job if you want to. Somebody make it their
companies
business.
difficult
But
for you,
you want to have another job, I don't really care. Once I know you're doing my work, that's the most important thing. But she's very fortunate in the sense that wherever she's working, the other job, she says she just takes a bus from there and comes directly to Massey, right? So, and I also said to her, wow, imagine that. And you have so many young fellas on the block there, not even wanting to work, period. And here you are there, female. So I said, how do you have time for your children? She said, no, my son is 30-something years old already. I said, okay.
Nice.
Well, that
So
helps for sure.
her. Yeah, very good.
So we're just talking about the different revenue streams.
The little hustle, Andre.
Yeah. So me, for example,
Remaining independent.
I'm here. I do ads. I even tried emceeing one time,
Hey, you want to try?
I was at the beginning, to be honest with you. A guy asked me to do it, and I said, okay, let me try it. And I did it.
Your knees were knocking?
No, actually, no. I wasn't nervous or anything. I even give some jokes. People were actually laughing at the jokes and everything.
Oh, very good, Andre.
Yeah, but I suspect
That's
I didn't do a
wonderful.
great job because they didn't ask me to come back.
But how you know they didn't ask you to come back because you didn't do a good job? Did they ever have another event?
Well, they told me that they got another MC and they got another. They were fair. They were fair. They were fair. They were changing. They kept
Right,
changing.
Exactly.
But up to now, they haven't asked me to
New
come back
face.
as yet. So that I do that. I play out my old school. You understand? My country and western. So I have these little talents. I can play drums. And I wish I had
know
the
that,
time.
Andre.
I wish I had the time to go and knock some drums someplace. But I just know that would be taking a joke too far now.
Well, you have to learn all the songs again.
So, folks,
He
think
can
about
sing and he can play the drums.
Think
That I
about
know
it.
for sure. I witnessed that. I saw that. And this is not secondhand information there. I saw that.
and at the time, you had a crush on me at the time?
No, because I already knew my hubby, which was, well, he wasn't my boyfriend then. No.
You take
But
this
I
seriously all the time, eh?
Yes, I
You
do.
take
Because
this
somebody
seriously
will
all the
listen
time.
to that and Andre, we have to be careful when we speak and Facebook, Twitter, and all those people. If I say yes, you know how that's going to run, and it wasn't a yes.
But you know, the
I
thing
saw
is,
you, but there was nothing on my mind. I saw you with the rest of the
But you know the
members in
lady.
the band.
But you know the ladies who have a crush on me, right?
Of course,
And
Andre.
they have their boyfriends. They have their husbands.
Yeah,
It's
but
just a
you
crush.
ask a crush.
It's just a crush. Nothing. They have to feel guilty about. They just like me. They just like the person. Listen.
Who do I have a crush on? I don't even know, Andre.
Really?
No, yeah, seriously. Let me think. You see, I have to think. I have a crush on maybe like Eddie Murphy. I love to see
You
Eddie
see?
Murphy.
So exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but he's not in St. Lucia.
Exactly.
But,
Exactly.
But
And
I don't know if I like to see him now. I'm talking about then.
There's nothing
Eddie
wrong with
Murphy.
that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong. Yeah, nothing
And I
wrong.
think my hubby knows that too because I say it bold. I love his lips as well.
Your husband?
I like my husband's lips.
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
I
but
thought
I'm
you
talking
were
about Eddie
talking about
Murphy.
your husband.
Yeah, no. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. We talked about, that. So I don't know now. I'm talking about then for Eddie Murphy because,
Okay.
he looks different now. I mean, we're
all getting
aging.
older.
Yeah.
Okay. The Prime Minister was talking about the water issues in St. Lucia, the water shortage issues. And he says that he's, committed to doing what they can and so on to ensure that, especially the north of the island, is properly supplied. So an idea that they came up with, and they said they want to work with the private sector where this one is concerned, is to import water from neighboring Dominica.
Is that right?
Yes. What do you think about that?
Well, I didn't know they had sufficient to
Dominica?
Yeah.
360-something rivers?
Yeah, but Andre, I don't know if the country needs theirs. I don't know if the country needs
water
theirs.
like crazy there.
So that's great if they are willing and,
Yes, I'm sure.
sisters, partner, and so on.
Yeah.
Oh, Andre, that is just fantastic.
Yeah, you know, many countries in the Middle East, the Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Oman, those countries, they don't really have rivers and stuff in those places, Yeah, they have what we call desalination plants. That's what they have.
A lot.
Yeah, that's how they. Yeah, so you guess you can't have everything.
Yeah, but it's really nice and kind of them to support another country, because I think if we had that so much of it, we would have done the same for Dominica.
Exactly.
So
And
thank you, Dominica. That's in the making.
yes, it seems
Definitely.
so. It's in the making for sure. So I just thought I should bring that up. The Prime Minister also spoke about a decision that the government took to guarantee a loan of $121 million for the St. Lucia ANC Ports Authority. Right, it's a major investment. And this is to repair critical port infrastructure and modernize St. Lucia's maritime sector.
Good.
Now, that's good.
Sounds good.
That's good. If the government is willing to guarantee the loan. So let me just say that to Slasper. I hope part of your development would also include drainage. And I'm talking about the drainage. In fact, there's almost no drainage as far as I know at on the corner of Jeremy Street and Manuel Street. You see where you have that oh my God, let me get it. Where Computer World is there, opposite Bank of St. Lucia. Bank
Not
of St.
opposite,
Lucia.
it's next to. Oh, from the back. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
This is
about?
the back of Bank of St.
Every
Lucia.
time it rains a little, you have that water just building up in that area there.
But a lot of places in Castries do.
Yeah, but I'm
that
saying
happens.
they're getting $121 million.
Oh.
Has an opportunity to fix that problem because
Take
it
a
just
look at
rains. All it takes is just a little rain, and that place is already getting flooded. All right, it's been going on for a while. I'm sure people have noticed it, just like I've noticed it.
Yeah. Well, Computer World, if it's right in front of them, they should
Just
be talking
opposite
about
Computer World there, corner of
Opposite.
Manuel Street and Jeremy Street, right there. Keisha has a little restaurant
it.
thingy
Okay, I know.
right
See, when you come
there.
around the corner after you pass Slasper's building.
You got it.
Okay, I know.
So I hope they do something about it. Okay, let's hope so. Just that I should mention that. Now, very important, Lady J, because of pressure from the U.S., left, right, and center. And what the pressure the U.S. uses on Caribbean leaders to get them to do things is to sanction them by not giving them a visa. And not just only the ministers, for example, but you have citizens, the ministers and their families. And nobody wants that because you have to, for a lot of these people, they have to travel to the U.S. for many reasons. So America will use, under the Trump administration, he will use anything he can to get you to do what he wants you to do. Earl Busquets said it already. He said long ago, an American president will make a little threat and won't carry it out. This guy does. And that's a huge difference. The former presidents would scare you, into doing something, but this guy carries it out. I'm sure you listen to his rhetoric, the kind of stuff that you see from Al Qaeda, burn, fire, right? This and that, hit you times harder. That's his rhetoric. That's his talk. And when I listen to that coming from somebody in the West, I say, well, anyway. So any leverage that they have, they will use it. And guess what? They've been applying a lot of pressure on Caribbean governments to stop the program, the Cuban healthcare program, that's been going on for, I think, about 50 years in most countries here in the Caribbean, or should I say a lot of countries. So Guyana has been a beneficiary for sure. St. Lucia has been a beneficiary for sure. Antigua, I mean, I could go on and on. Barbados, they're all over the place, right? The U.S. is accusing, they call him the regime in Cuba, of taking the money, right, to prop up themselves. So we know now that the monies that were being paid to the Cuban healthcare workers wasn't going directly into the hands of those workers. It was being paid to the Cuban government. And I do not know what the arrangement is, but I guess the government now will pay the workers.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. I'm just assuming that's how it works. So America says that is human trafficking. It's forced labor and that sort of talk. So they love the Cubans so much that they want to help them out, right? So Guyana now, Jamaica now, had talks with the Cubans and telling them what the U.S. has been saying, that the program is facilitating human trafficking. It is forced labor. They're telling them, I'm sure they're telling them exactly what the U.S. is saying, and they're saying to them, moving forward, what the U.S. wants us to do is to pay you directly. So the Cubans said, no, we're not interested. Okay, we're sorry, we'd like to continue the program, but if this is what you want us to do, these are there's not, well, as far as we know, they've been talking to the Cuban workers, whoever is the head of the brigade, I don't know in each country, they're talking to them and telling them that's what they want to do now moving forward. But this is from pressure, as a result of pressure from the U.S., who's saying it's either you follow our rules or we will deny you entry into the U.S. Not only you, your family as well. Now, let me ask you, if you're a minister in Guyana, a minister in Jamaica, a minister in St. Lucia, a minister in Grenada, because the ministers in Grenada, they were running their mouth like crazy. They were saying that they will support Cuba no matter what. America can go, take all your la. But right now, they're cooperating for sure. So everybody's cooperating. Everybody, all of them that you had all the talk there. And let me just, before you answer me, let me just remind you of something.
I don't have an answer for you, Andre. I don't know how to answer that. That is so confusing.
They say that Guyana and Cuba have maintained close relations for decades. Hear that one. In 2021, more than 60 Cuban doctors traveled to Guyana to help manage COVID-19 cases during the height of the pandemic. Okay? Cuba has also played a key role in training Guyanese medical professionals over many, many, many years. Okay? And the same can be said about St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this is what Cuba has done, right, with that program over the years. And America is saying, despite all what they've done for you, we want you now to toe the line. This is what we want you to do. They have to pay the workers themselves, not the Cuban government, because the Cuban government now will use the money, I guess part of it, to finance their projects and whatever the case may be, and America doesn't want that. So the hands of the Caribbean countries are tied. It's either they say...
It's confusing. It's like mind-boggling. I don't know how to even look at this, because, I mean... I'm just thinking, why does Trump want to get involved in what's happening in the Caribbean so much?
He wants the government in Cuba to fall. That's why. He wants it to fall. So he will starve it of resources, period, including oil. Now, there's an organization, they do humanitarian work in Cuba. Now, they're asking them to lighten up on this thing. Because if you do not, the humanitarian work that we're doing is going to be affected. That means those innocent children, because Haiti, wherever it is, it may be in Haiti, wherever, they're going through a rough time. And I didn't say Haiti, sorry, Cuba. I meant to say Cuba. That they're doing work there, humanitarian work. And if you're telling me you can't blast, you can't get any oil, period, those people now who are doing that work just have to close up shop.
Yeah.
Will the U.S. now relent and say, okay, all right, we'll allow some oil to come in?
I can't answer those questions, Andre, when it comes to Trump. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know how this man wakes up in the morning and what is on his mind before he falls asleep.
If he sleeps.
Yeah.
I don't think he sleeps at all. By the way, you see the bags underneath his eyes these days?
Andre, all that you're looking at?
Oh yeah.
I haven't looked at that.
He can barely even open his eyes these days.
I have not looked at that, Andre.
Well, check it next time. If you look at him, you can just barely see his eyes these days. Okay, yeah, it's just the bags are beginning to show underneath his eye because the man is not sleeping. The man just up all night, up all day, looking for a Roro. The White House is his little Shangri-La. That's where he's like, seems this is his little hideout. And interesting, the man, the war is taking place there in Iran. The man is there playing golf, A war. Oh, your country is involved in a war. You're there playing golf?
It's got to let the stress out, Andrew.
I guess so. Yeah, boy. We live in some times, boy. We live in some real strange times.
When it comes to Trump, I as we say, I have no words. Andrew.
So you know what that means? That when these Cuban doctors leave, the governments now will have to find people to fill in those blanks. And where are you going to get them? Most people who have those skills traveling to England and so on to get better jobs and sort of thing. Where are they going to get people to replace the Cubans?
And not only that, in Cuba, Andre, we have to understand we got so many St. Lucian doctors who trained in Cuba. So what is he trying to do? Stifle all of that? I mean,
Yeah. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Doesn't care. Ah, boy. And as I said to you, if they're threatening them with visas and, restrictions on their visas and their families, the guys will always capitulate. I could imagine the amount of sorry they're saying to the Cubans. I could just imagine. Forgive us, but our hands are tied. There's nothing we can do. I'm sure that's part of those discussions. I'm sure of that. And, when they come out, they just now saying as though basically the Cubans are the ones saying, well, we do not accept the new arrangement. Almost like making it seem as though it's the Cubans' fault. But it's not their fault.
I think they know that, Andre. I think they know.
And also just goes to show, Lady J, the people are quite content with having the monies being paid directly to the government.
They never complained before.
Yeah, exactly.
Never seen that in the papers.
Because even now they said to the Guyanese and the Jamaicans, it's okay. We don't want to be getting paid directly.
Yeah, and exactly how it was working, it was fine for them, and that's what. Well, I don't know. I can't even say they should put their foot down because not even that they can do.
No, you can't
right
do anything.
Now.
Can't do anything. Yeah. Imagine there's a lady called Albanese. Albanese, I think that's the name, or Albanese or Albanese. This lady is the rapporteur for Gaza. She's appointed by the United Nations. And this lady has been, talking about what's going on in Gaza and very critical of the Israeli government and their policies and this sort of thing. And in addition to the International Criminal Court, right, who has decided now to designate Benjamin Netanyahu as a wanted criminal, okay? And as a matter of fact, Ramdani, the mayor of New York, he said if Netanyahu puts a foot in New York, they're arresting him. Yeah, I was happy to hear that. I say if he puts a foot here, we're arresting him. So the U.S. now, what they did, the International Criminal Court, they sanctioned them. So they froze all whatever assets they may have, if they have property, money, whatever. So they cannot touch it. So America froze that in support of Israel. That's number one. And that lady, Albanese, she's the rapporteur for Gaza, appointed by the United Nations. They did the same thing with her. They sanctioned her as well. She cannot travel to the U.S. She I think she has some condo or something.
That's what I heard,
that's frozen. You can't tell. Oh, my God. Shameless, man. Shameless. What these people are doing there. Just taking advantage of people. So it's the same thing. If these politicians in the Caribbean try to cut some style, they'll go for the same thing. Yeah. And nobody can talk. And there are those now who support what's going on there with this man. They support Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They support him.
Wherever you are, Andre, there will always be people for you. But
They
can they sleep? And that's the thing. Are you really supporting the things that he's saying? And your wife or your husband, your children, are you thinking? Are you really understanding what's going on? But he's got a lot of people for him, Andre.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's got a lot of people for him. A lot of people.
And
when we look on the outside in, they love him.
Yeah. And Lady J, there are a lot of females, right, who will never tolerate their boyfriend or their husband lying to them. They would never tolerate that. Okay? And this man, according to the Washington Post, and folks, you can go and fact check what I'm talking about. The Washington Post, who followed this man. When I say followed, in other words, what he says, in his first term, he uttered over 35,000 lies.
Yeah.
Over
I think,
35,000. And people support this man. What they wouldn't tolerate in their boyfriend, in their husband, in their best friend, they're tolerating it in this guy. It's a shame. A real shame. Okay, Lady Ajay, let me just, one more thing. It's just a sad story, really sad story in Jamaica. A 17-year-old student, he's been charged with murder because he was in some fight with a 16-year-old, his schoolmate, and he took a metal chair and he hit the 17-year-old, hit the 16-year-old on his head. So the boy went unconscious immediately.
Blackout.
And he never regained consciousness, and he died. Yes, so they've charged that 17-year-old. Yeah, they said when they charged him,
2 families destroyed already.
Yes, they said he was in the presence of his parent, singular,
one.
parent, and after eyewitness statements implicated the boy. So obviously people saw. The school saw what was going on there. They said he's the one who did it.
But
Really
Andre,
sad.
he has to be really angry
Yes.
for you to pick up and actually
Yes.
and power for you to hit
Yes.
that guy in his head that, wow.
He's just
I hope we
17.
find out what it was about. But, the only thing is, Andre, it's a parent, yes, but she can say happy birthday to him. She can go and bring him a little pie. She can speak to him, okay, no matter how long he's in jail, okay, because they're not going to put him there for life, trust me. But the other family, that's it.
They've lost their son.
Yeah, and we don't know if that's their only son or their only child. I mean, people are not thinking.
Yeah, when we're angry, we just act on emotion.
Yeah.
Because of the way that we're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the shout-outs.
Is that time already, Andre?
And then after that, of course, we'll have our icing on the cake.
Oh, yes, Andre. Icing on the cake. Yes. All right, let's go. Let's see. Starting off with, oops, people are still typing. Trying to get it up there. Yes, Andre. All right, let's see. Our first one, let's see who she is. Kayla Smith seemed to be the first.
That's a new
Kayla
person?
says-
Is that a new person?
Sounds like a new person.
Hey there, Kayla, welcome.
Sounds like a new person. I don't think I came across that name. Kayla says, wonderful Wednesday. Blessings to all. Greetings, Andre and Lady J.
All right, Kayla.
Thank you, Kayla. Joan Shallery says, bless morning, Andre, beautiful Lady J, and everyone listening. She sends prayers, she sends hearts, and she sends 4 kisses. So that's 2 for me and 2 for Andre.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Who's that?
thank you.
Who's that?
Joan Shallery.
All right, Joan.
D. Francis says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, D. Francis.
Hey, good morning, D. Francis. All is well there with you? Yes, I may have an icing on the cake with D. Francis. I may have that one.
Oh, he's been around for a while.
Actually have it. So, D. Francis, one of these days, I think you'll be very pleased. I hope to have it. Yeah, it's a little funny one. It's funny.
Erin is here. Good morning, Erin. She says, good morning. Sorry I missed yesterday as I had an early morning assignment in Soufre.
All right, Erin. Nice to hear from you again.
Hear this one, Andre. Andre, you look handsome. And you know what day it is. It's Wednesday. Who is loving you? Andre, who is loving you?
Oh.
Erin.
All right, Erin. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, Andre like that. He's all smiles. I hope the camera caught that. So she says, blessings to the listeners, Lady J and Andre. Okay, she
You as
says
well.
blessings.
You as well. And we missed you yesterday.
We did, Erin. She Chubb says, Andre, you unblocked my pal and laughter. You know what that is?
Of course. Yes,
Okay.
one of my critics.
Oh, okay.
One of my regular critics.
Okay.
But it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, once we don't disrespect each other, we're good. Yeah.
Erin comes back and says, one thing, y'all bright colors sure brings sunshine and positive vibes. Never dull moment with the 2 of you. I love it. Kisses, 3 kisses and lots of kisses from Erin. Oh, thank you, Erin.
All right, Erin.
Yes, all right. I'm happy we bring in sunshine as well. That's important. Yes. Somebody's responding. Kayla Smith says, hey, my doo-doo darling. And some more responses. Irene says, KK, my sweet pea, happy to have you here. She's talking to Kayla. Okay, so that must be the first time because Irene is responding to her. Yes, and let's see some more. Let's go down. Madeline says, good to have you back. Oh, she's talking to Irene then. Yes, a lot of exchanges going on.
All right, Madeline. Good hearing from you as always.
Madeline, yes. She-Chub says, just a minute. Let's see what She-Chub says. Madeline Alexander, he said it was not him. So they exchanging. Madeline Alexander says, a blessed and beautiful Wednesday morning to all my beautiful and lovely souls. Let me see what she says. Andre, how's my girl doing?
Oh, Nairobi, she's doing well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Still responding to persons, Irene and She-Chub. It's not him that controls the platform. Okay, so she's responding to that. Okay. Joan Shallery. Lady J, eat a banana a day or yogurt. Oh, I do eat a banana a day.
I think you said you don't really like it, right?
Bananas? No, Andre, Andre, when we used to walk, what I used to have in my hand.
But to me, recently you said you don't like.
No, I love bananas.
So what was it that you said you didn't like? You said something you didn't like, some fruit or the other.
I don't know if I ever said
I saw you said that.
I eat a banana every day because even Kiki and I, we discussed that, you remember? No, I eat I actually ate 2 this morning. I had one before I went walking and one after.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I have yogurts. Yeah. I just think it's in my family because my mom had the same problem for many years. But when I eat tamarind balls, hey, the toilet don't want me to come. All right. She-Chub says, Irene Charlemagne, well, that person has a problem with me. I am sure I know why. Hey, what's going on between that? She-Chub also says, it is the CIP situation. Don't be fooled. So we're talking about blocking there and she's there. I don't understand.
So you see the same thing we were talking about earlier, where no matter what you say, some people will just not believe you. Right. So in other words now, exactly what Dr. Hill has said. See, here we go. She-Chub saying, I dismiss that. It has to do with the CIP. And he said there's no evidence. That's what he said.
No, isn't that the blocking she's talking about? No?
She spoke about CIP. She spoke about CIP.
Okay. And DK says, Andre...
Did you just read that? Didn't you just read it?
Yeah.
About the CIP thing?
Yeah. No, she's saying she thinks it's that. Anyway, Andre, let's move on.
Right. But I'm saying Dr. Hille has already said that is not the case.
Yeah.
So it's either we believe what the gentleman is saying or we don't believe it. And it just goes back to what I said, what you were saying earlier.
But that was just before she says unblocking. What was that about? Remember she says unblocking?
Well,
so that's the response between them.
You have to ask her then.
Okay. What do you mean? Because Irene answered to that. I don't know.
Ask her.
NDK says, Andre, the information out there by somebody's name is damaging, done out of malice. I left out the person's name. I'm not saying the person's name.
All right.
Okay, we are not putting ourselves in problems here. Let them read it. I'm not saying it. Andre, if you want to say it, you can say it. Yep. So, okay, the next one, he says, Irene answers to this one. She chirped positive vibes, my girl, positive vibes. We must agree to disagree with the opinions of others. Blessed love. She chirped says, it's because I am not singing in the same hymn book. Too much back and forth here. All right, let's go. And DK says, it is just false information disseminated by the arm of a failed, I'm leaving out the word group. It's not coming from my mouth. No. Let them read it themselves. Andre, you know, you didn't tell me to do that, but I'm just telling you I'm not doing it. Okay? That's me. I'm not doing it. She-Chub says, thank you, girl, to Irene. She says, thank you, girl. Okay? And DK says, they are just being dishonest and deliberately. They have no shame. Okay, all that's from NDK. It's not from REV-UP.
All right, NDK.
Josie's-
But you see, NDK, despite what you may say, my brother, despite what Dr. Hiller says, despite what the Prime Minister says, some people will just not believe it. And we're saying so this morning. You were so right, Lady J.
If you have a critical heart, that's just what you
It
have.
doesn't matter.
No matter what anyone tells you, you have a critical heart, and that's it. And you know, my hubby tells me the same thing, and so when he tells me that, I understand it
Tells you
better.
what? Tells you what?
About persons with critical hearts. I
okay.
always talk about you, negative or exaggerate. Yeah. So he tells me that, and I try my best to block it. Of course, it can. Some things bother you, Andre. We are human. You know, we've got blood running through our veins, and you know, the first thing you tell yourself is, "Who is this person? This person don't even know me. I don't even know this person. What are they talking about?" You know.
Yes.
Okay, Josie Stevens says, so why did the secretary in England say backdoor entry ? What is the meaning of backdoor?
Back door. Well, they should explain.
She says the secretary in England. So
Right?
we
You know what I'm
have-
saying?
Yeah.
Because obviously, whoever that person is, they know what backdoor means. So please tell us. Tell us what it means. I'd like to know what it means by backdoor. All I know is that if they're talking about backdoor, that was explained already. Again, people are now heading to the UK, and when they get there, they are applying for asylum. So that's what I understand about the meaning backdoor, right? So if it's not that, please educate us. Tell us.
In other words, what does this person think it is?
Exactly.
Right.
What do you think backdoor means? Yeah, because she said that's what the official from the UK said.
She also comes back and say, did you go to the UK's website? ? Go read what was said. And there's a response here
Well, tell us now.
from Irene.
Tell us.
Irene
Just
says,
tell us.
Shichab,
Make
you're
it
most
easy for us.
welcome. We are like one family under the live REV-UP family. Oh, Irene is bringing some love and peace in here.
Good luck.
Shichab says, Okay. There's a name that I have not seen. Let's see. A little. What's it? Ingle Coleman. Eaglei.
That's a new person?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome,
During
Miss
COVID.
Coleman.
I don't know if it's a miss or Mrs. We can't see a face. It's a photo. There's a picture, yeah. During COVID, and they were talking about backdoor entry. What were they talking about? ? Okay. NDK says somebody's name, okay, initial MW. Read the article from the Guardian newspaper and deliberately left out the country of origin, which is Dominica, and the year of the people mentioned. Okay. And DK says, I love my country and will not do any harm to my country. Good.
Good boy.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yes.
Oh, wait. I skipped one. Madeline Alexander says, Shichab, okay, because to me, that's like him. Okay, I don't know what that is about. Josie Stevens says, just asking. Nisa Joseph says, the problem is not the CIP, but the players. Okay, so I missed some a while ago, so I have to go back and take. Yeah, okay, got it. All right. So when he says Shichab comes under, just now, hold on a minute. And DK says, I love my country and will not do any harm to my country. Shichab says, SMH. Shaking my head. Joan T. Jones says, good morning, Lady J and Andre. Happy Wednesday, my beautiful Lady J. Hope you had a great night. And also, Andre, love, let me see what she says. Also, Andre, love the REV-UP family. Everyone have a fantastic day. And please stay safe. Thank you, Joan T. Appreciate that.
All right, Joan.
Thanks for the love. She sends lots of love, prayers, kisses, a lot. Yeah, thank you. Okay. It's not Andre. Gotta pull this down. Okay. Kenton Harry says, why would they provide you evidence if they are investigating the program? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's food for thought. Yeah, very true. Okay, let's go down. And DK says, Andre Paul, the blank, it starts with an F, will still not listen, regardless of what the government say or what they answer. And it's the leader that they are following. All right. Kayla Smith says, blessings, my JTJ, whatever that is. Okay, so maybe somebody she's saying hello to. All right. Somebody's answering, yeah. Nisa says, Andre, the Prime Minister in the press briefing did read from a letter from the UK and said that there are issues with the CIP, including the fact that there was a significant increase in the number of applications, which possibly added to the... Hold on. There is more. Which possibly added to the... Oops, people. It's getting hot. It's getting a little difficult here. Just a minute. Hold on, Andre. You need to fill in. It went up. Okay, there we go. Got it. Which possibly added to the increase in the St. Lucian nationals applying for asylum. So I don't understand how Hilaire and PJP are saying two totally different things.
How are they saying two different things?
I don't know. I didn't hear two different things
at all.
From what you read. I don't know.
Somebody chimed in and said, using a passport cannot be backdoor. And it's true. Because for you to get on, if you're traveling...
to get in the country.
Yeah, you must have a passport.
So if you mean overstay, that's different.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. So once you have your passport, you can't be backdoor.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Unless, of course, they came via boat and tried to get in the country, then that's backdoor. But if you're using... You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, Shicha... Okay, this same thing. I read that one already. Shaking my head. She said that one. Yeah. Okay, let's go down. Madeline Alexander says, when we will be ready to accept the truth or face the music, Lord, it will be too late for us. Okay, what are you talking about? What truth, Madeline? Nigel Springer says, so are you saying St. Lucians are stupid? They cannot comprehend what the lady was saying for themselves. Andre? What's that one? Nisa says, it's now, Nisa says, okay, we read that one. Let's go down lower. Nisa says to somebody there, Andrea, to somebody, she's responding to NDK. She says, I beg to disagree. Everyone has a mind of their own, but I can likewise say the same thing about SLP supporters, that they will believe wholeheartedly what is said by the government, even without doing their own research. Okay. Madeline says, when will we be ready to accept the truth or face the music? Lord, it will be too late for us. And there's a response there. Nigel Springer says, so are you saying... Okay, I read that one. Yeah, because it keeps moving. So sometimes I'm reading the same thing, yes. Okay, what are you saying now? Nisa Joseph says, Andre and Lady J, you're stressing that there should be no need to not believe what is said by the Prime Minister and his ministers, but aren't they human beings and don't say also tell lies? To be objective, I think the better thing to do is to listen. Okay. And then there's more. To both sides and do your own research so that you can come to your own conclusions without just automatically siding with one side or the other. I don't think we said they have to listen to them.
No, we didn't.
I think we said if they're saying that they are looking into it, one, we give them the opportunity to look into it. If they come and they respond to it, right? Nobody says you can't go and do your research. But when you do your research, make sure that your research is also correct. But we didn't say that people can't differ. We didn't say that at all.
Mm-hmm.
No. We never said that. We spoke about people with a critical heart. That we did. But we didn't say we can't differ.
Yeah, and what we mean by critical heart, we said it over and over again, let's say it again, is that no matter what is said to you, despite the fact that you don't have the evidence to support your claims, you just won't believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember we said that?
That's
I remember
right.
I was saying it's just a pity, and I said the politicians have to blame themselves for that, for a number of reasons, because they play little games when the questions are being asked. They don't give direct answers, especially when the questions are being asked by the opposition. They play little games with the opposition, and because of that now, that just creates more doubt in people's minds. Mm-hmm. You should just come out with the information, especially when the opposition asks questions. Yeah, don't play little games. This is too serious. And of course, there are a group of people, as I said it to you earlier, who just support the opposition party no matter what. So the Labour Party will always be lying. Labour ministers will always be lying, no matter how much truth they're telling you, right? And no matter what is it, it doesn't matter whatever points that they're making there about the backdoor thing. No matter how you try to explain it, in their minds, backdoor just sounds like something nefarious.
Mario Lendra says, Nigel Springer, it appears that is what they are saying. When Lucians can only travel within the region, then we will understand ourselves. Okay, so if he's talking to Nigel Springer, I didn't come across that name a while ago. I hope I didn't miss that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Josiane Alexander says, good morning, REV-UP family. Happy Wednesday to all.
Morning, Josiane.
Thank you, Josiane.
Hope all is well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget you have to do the WhatsApp platform.
You want me to stop now to go over?
How many more do you have there?
I don't know, Andre. There's a lot more.
Yeah, you see, because the thing is that they're going back and forth, so we can't stay on the platform forever. Sorry about that.
Because
Sorry.
I can't see the bottom.
Yeah, so we have to move on. Sorry about that. We have to move on. I guess we didn't anticipate
so many.
No,
the
back and forth, the back and forth. And
well, they're having time writing.
And
because
you saying that you can't keep up with it because every time you try to scroll,
it's flipping up.
It goes
because
back
they're
up.
responding. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's in a way it's a good thing, you know. The shout-outs taking a different route. So it's a good thing. It's
Drama
evolving.
Queen says, "Good morning, my REV-UP family."
Morning, Drama Queen.
Yeah, they're answering a lot today. I'll be honest with you. Nobody wants to read or do research. Just take the word from a lying government. Okay, that's.
And you know, here's the sad thing, Lady J. We've had meet the opposition here. We've had meet the minister, right? And a lot of these people who are chiming in there will never call the Labour Party program. You know, the minister. Where you have the minister there. Dr. Hilaire has been here countless occasions, right?
Well, we're talking about last year on. We're not talking about this year. He hasn't been here this year.
Yeah, I'm saying so. He was here. And those people, I mean, I know some of them, they will never call the minister, okay, and say those things. Because, you know, the minister will challenge them and then they can't respond. So they don't call. But it's easy now to just type something and just be critical. That's easy to do.
Oh.
But you have, and I hope pretty soon that Meet the Minister will be back. And I hope this time now you'll come out, stop hiding and come out and you know, question them, because that's what they're there for.
Exactly.
That's the whole idea. Meet the minister, question him, put him in his place, tell him, you know, you're lying and whatever. These are the facts.
No, you don't have to say you're lying.
Why not?
That is untrue.
But they're saying it there.
Well,
they're saying it there.
Lying there.
So if you,
the meaning of yes.
Yeah, call there. Let me hear your voice. Let me recognize your number, and say who you are too.
And you're not all the time you've seen the numbers, huh? People blocking their numbers.
Say this is so and so calling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, certain shows you have to say your name before you can get through. So hey, it's up to you how you want to proceed.
So we have 5
good morning,
minutes.
Andre and Lady J. Andre, that's for you because I did tell you, so that can't be for me. You should not rely only on thirst to decide when you drink water. Thirst is actually a late signal that your body already needs fluids. By the time you feel thirsty, you may already be mildly dehydrated. Tell Andre that.
Hold on.
You remember this morning when
Yes,
when you were
but
talking about drinking water, I said,
who is this
when
person?
you're thirsty.
Hold on.
I don't know,
Who is
Andre.
this person?
Hold on.
So because somebody says that, you just
No, but it's true. You don't wait
accept
until
it
you,
like that?
But I told you, Andre, you don't have to wait until you are thirsty to drink water.
So because the
You
person
just
says
drink.
that to you, because
That's
you
not
said
because
it
the
is
person,
correct?
No, Andre.
I'm saying,
I told you that this morning when you were saying
you can say it if you want, Lady J. It doesn't mean I have to accept that.
Well,
I'm
you
saying
didn't-
I drink water when I'm thirsty. If I'm not feeling thirsty, why am I drinking water?
No, nobody telling you drink a full bottle. You just drink a little bit, keep your... Well, I don't wait until I'm thirsty for drinking water. I drink water throughout the day. I drink liquid throughout the day.
All right, okay, wonderful.
That's- yeah. It's advised to drink small amounts, there we go, regularly throughout the day rather than waiting until you're thirsty. All right. I believe what she said.
No problem.
I practice that too. I drink water throughout the day.
No problem.
Good morning, Andrea and Lady J. The discussions today were interesting and informative. Thank you. Let me see who that was. Bernadette Samuel. Good morning, Bernadette. Sylvester, you looking for something, Andre?
Yes.
Sylvester Joseph. Joseph Sylvester Center Heart. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. When you're ready, let me know. Lady J, didn't you say you didn't like bananas before? I didn't like bananas before. That's a long time ago. No, that person didn't. You see, that's the thing. You listen to one, you don't listen to the sentence, the remaining sentence.
So,
that's a long time ago, Andre. We've been walking for years. I even brought banana. I would bring a banana for you. You'd put it in your car and tell me when you get back. I drink a banana.
Okay.
I take a banana
so
every day.
Let me ask you something, Lady J.
Before meant long time ago.
Considering the water issue, right? Do you think you can be drinking too much water? How would you know the point now? At which point would you know that you're drinking too much water?
I think when you urinate, if it's very white, you would know you're drinking too much water.
That's how you know?
Well, that's one of the ways of knowing. Unless you feel full.
So you agree?
Very, very full.
You agree that you can be drinking too much water?
Well, that's the health way they've said it. If you check your urine, if it is very white, obviously you're drinking too much water.
Exactly.
So it has to be slightly yellow.
Exactly.
Not very yellow.
So there is a possibility that you or other people could be drinking too much water, and it's a fact, right? And I have information here. Drinking excessive amounts of water can overwhelm your kidneys and dilute the sodium content of your blood. It's actually called intoxication, water intoxication, or I cannot even pronounce that. When this happens, water moves into cells, including brain cells, and can cause swelling. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful with those things.
Agreed. But
you're just drinking water.
I always look back, Andre. That's important for me. I always look back. Yeah, at my number ones and number twos. I look back before I flush. And I always put down my seat, the toilet seat, before I flush. That's important as well, because it spikes up.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. The next person says, somebody's typing here. Okay. Let's go to this. Andre read it from the UK website, and you will... Andre, read it from the UK website and you will understand. Okay, that's what this person says. And this person says, happy 30th anniversary to Radio 100. Blessings to all. Oh, yes. Happy 30th anniversary. That's March. That's true. 30 years.
Happy anniversary to whom?
Radio 100.
Oh, 100.
Yeah,
oh, yes. When are they celebrating again? Is it today?
I don't know, but I know it's in the month of March.
True, I think so.
This person just said that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the month of March, yeah. Yeah. Bless love to my Uncle Jew band and his wife of Chase Gardens, and also to my auntie Marcella of New Development in Suffolk, coming from Empress Bobo with love.
Alrighty, Empress Bobo.
Nice. Okay. Good morning to Andrea and Lady J, and good day, KK. She puts a KK, so I imagine it's Kiki she means.
Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Wherever she is. Okay?
Yeah. Good morning, Kina.
We don't know the word. Yeah.
We don't know if you're listening, but if you are, have yourself a nice day. You and snow.
Oh no, this was Monday. It's just coming through. today. She says, "Good day. It's true when drank too much, it's not good." It's true when that I'm reading exactly what's there. It's true when drank too much, it's not good. So I imagine it's water she's talking about.
Yeah, so we have to be careful that we don't consume too much.
That's right, Andrea. I never consume too much. I listened. This is why I ask, so you could clarify to the listeners. Long time ago, I completed. Yeah, long time ago. So that's what she's saying. I don't know when you're talking about me saying I don't like bananas. I think I said before I did not like bananas. But even when Kiki was here, we spoke about bananas. I say I take a banana every day. I love bananas. I can't remember saying and stopping I don't like bananas. Because I eat a banana every day.
That's what I thought I heard you say.
And we've been walking, Andre, for years, and I always have a banana. No, this person is just saying that, so I'm just responding again. Good morning, Andre and Lady J. Pleasant day. I love bananas. Good day. Okay, that's the same thing. She says, at one time I drank too much. It came through my nose. It came through my nose.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Alrighty. So, Lady J, what do you have coming up today on the show?
Well, I do want to talk about
on
a
the
little bit
REV-UP
about
Center,
on our health corner about the kidney today. We'll try our best, whatever is happening in the month of March, to bring it up. So I'll do that at 2:00 today for sure. And entertainment news, of course, I will talk a little bit about Teddy and Teddyson John. I will also talk about the World Consumer Rights event that is happening on Friday in entertainment reports. And we have some information from First National Bank that's going to be mentioned as well. And I know you like the One Hit Wonder and the Hit of the Day.
That's Tony's legacy.
Yes, that's coming
Tony's
up as
legacy.
Well.
Yeah.
That's coming up as well.
So Lady J will be with you on the REV-UP Center until 3 this afternoon. Then from 3 until 6, Zen the DJ will be here. Alrighty? So keep it locked to REV-UP St. Lucia. Now it's time for the icing on the cake.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Lady J, you know, we men, right? We love to give horns, boy. We love to give horns. Oh, yeah, we give it horns like crazy.
Better say some before you get yourself in trouble.
We men. No, it's true. Vast majority of men, we like to do our thing, but we don't like to get. We can't take it. You know that, huh? Fellas, you give in horn like crazy, but when your time to get the horn is something else. We want to die. So I have a recording here of a guy who apparently, was doing his thing. In fact, he even tells you in the recording how many times he did it, how many times he horned the lady. So now he has his suspicions now that the lady is doing hers too. So he wants to know where she went last night. He wants to know where she went last night. And because she's not telling him, she's just like, quiet. And he's going on and on. So let's listen to the monologue. Because it's a monologue, the lady's not saying anything. And I think that's killing him even more. The fact that she's not responding. Okay? So let's give it a listen.
Where you go last night, Keisha? Where you go last night? Where you come from? Come in so tired this morning, don't you? You don't answer me. I tell you 14 times alone, me cheat. I tell you sorry, me confess 41 of them. Me call your mother last night and your mother said I did it. Now you come in little tired. You don't answer me. Where you come from? Me tell you, say you go 14 times alone, me cheat by you. Me call your mother last night and your mother said I did it. But you tell your boy your mother you gone. Where you go last night? You don't think my father they feel. When my father dead, me they feel so. It's cut me heart trigger.
He say he horned her 14 times, So
and he actually saying 14 times, but the one time she goes out, one time she goes out and don't tell you, it's an issue.
Where you going last night?
because he knows what he's been doing.
Exactly. I noticed she's not saying anything.
And guess what? He's actually crying. His voice sounds like he's crying. Good for him. Payback.
All right, folks.
Payback is you know what?
Oh, yes. Thanks a lot, folks. This has been the icing on the cake, and this has been... Hey, did we say good morning to the folks at DBS? I don't think we did
when we started, but let's say it again. Yeah, we always have to say it. DBS, good morning, Lisa and Cinty, Kendall, and the whole staff, even those who are on master putting us on. Good morning to you.
Thank you so much. Again, I keep saying we don't take this for granted at all. We really do appreciate the fact that you are taking the time to air our hard drive on your esteemed TV station. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Linda, and the entire crew there at DBS Television. Okay, so Lady J, have yourself a great one, all right?
Thank you, Andre.
Yes, and I shall see you later this afternoon, God willing.
Yes.
So this has been Hard Drive for today, brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves
Are you sleeping?
on 95.9 FM, the Alpha of Radio.